Chapter 2, Voices of the Dead. Nicholas Blackthorn returned to his temporary cabin on the outskirts of Grimvale before dawn, when the fog was thick as milk and the forest whispered in a tongue only the dead and those who had long lost fear of them could understand. The rain had stopped, but the air remained heavy, saturated with the scent of wet earth and rotting leaves. He kindled a fire in the hearth, set a copper cauldron over it, and began brewing a potion, not for healing, but to open his eyes to what the living could not see. First came the mandrake root, torn screaming from the ground under a full moon, then dried belladonna petals, a pinch of ravenbone powder, and a drop of his own blood from beneath the glove. The stigmata bled again, as if the wounds remembered the rain. He stirred slowly, whispering words in necrolingua, the ancient tongue Thorn had called the speech of graves. The potion boiled, releasing steam that smelled of iron and rot. Nicholas took a swallow, bitter, burning, and lay down on the straw, closing his eyes. The trance came swiftly. The world blurred, and he found himself in the Temple of Sacrifices, not a stone temple, but an endless labyrinth of black rock and shadow, where the walls breathed and the floor was strewn with bones. Here souls could not lie, they were unable to. The first to appear was old Eldritch, one of the missing. His face was twisted in horror, eyes empty. The voice in the dark promised us wealth, he whispered. We went down into the old mines for silver, but found only him. He whispered our names. We became his food. Nicholas stepped closer. Who is he? Ancient. Imprisoned beneath Grimvale since Roman times. He hungers. Your blood smells like him. The vision shifted. Now before him stood the fisherman Simon, freshly killed, throat slit, eyes still warm. They stole Dr. Baker's chronicle, he rasped. Everything is written there. The Roman altar below. The key is in a woman's blood. Nicholas awoke in the cabin, heart pounding. The potion still burned in his veins. He took his crossbow, knives, and descended into the mines, old Roman workings beneath the town, long abandoned, now breathing foulness. In the darkness he heard a rustle. From a side tunnel something that had once been old Eldritch lurched out. Skin sagged, eyes glowed yellow, teeth elongated, fingers turned to claws. The monster lunged with inhuman speed. Nicholas fired the crossbow, the bolt struck the shoulder, but the creature only snarled. Then he remembered Thorn's lessons, a beast fears traps. He darted aside, stepped on the hidden trap he had set the day before. Spiked chain snapped shut on the monster's leg. It howled. Nicholas finished it with a knife to the eye, feeling blood spray across his gloves. Deeper in the mines he found Harold, the mad prospector who had lived there for years. He sat by a fire of bones, muttering. Nicholas grabbed him by the collar. Speak. What's happening here? Harold giggled, the voice in the dark, promised gold. Promised power. It knows your true name, bastard. It waits for you. Nicholas left him, alive, but broken, and climbed back to the surface. In town he found Dr. Baker, the old healer, stabbed in the back, bleeding out in his shop. Baker seized his arm, the chronicle, stolen, it has everything. Roman demon, locked beneath the altar. Plantagenet blood, your blood, can open it. Run, lad. Run. Baker died, and Nicholas entered the trance again, summoning his soul. In the labyrinth of shadows Baker appeared as a pale ghost. The demon is not mere evil. It is hunger older than Rome. Priests imprisoned it, but the seal weakens. Someone in Grimvale aids it. And your blood is the key. It calls him. A memory struck like a blow, Lancashire woods, night by the fire. Thorn smoked his pipe and spoke quietly. There are places where ancient shadows still live, lad. Old ruins, mines, altars. Don't go there. Your blood is a beacon to them. It will awaken what should remain asleep. Nicholas returned to reality with the taste of blood in his mouth. At night he met Avellini in secret in an abandoned chapel on the edge of town. She waited for him, wrapped in a cloak, eyes gleaming in the moonlight. They kissed, hungrily, desperately, like people who knew time was short. She pressed against him. I see him in my dreams. He whispers to me. Says my blood is special. That it will open the door. Nicholas. I'm afraid I'm part of this. He held her tighter. Then we'll close that door. Together. But in the morning Mayor Harrow invited him to the house, supposedly for a report. The wine was poisoned. Nicholas tasted the bitter edge immediately. Thanks to Thorn's potions the poison had no effect, only a slight dizziness. Nicholas smiled coldly. You miscalculated, Mayor. I don't die that easily. Harrow paled but said nothing. In the evening Fabius arrived in town, a gaunt monk in black robes with a hood, from an order no one had heard of. He found Nicholas in the tavern. Leave, beast hunter. Your blood will awaken ancient evil. You are a spark in a powder keg. Go while you can. Nicholas met his eyes. I'm not leaving until I kill what's here. Fabius departed into the night, leaving behind the scent of incense and threat. At dawn they found the body of the herbalist Maud, strangled in her own cabin. Nicholas burst in. The body was still warm on the floor. He drank the potion again, entered the trance. Maud's soul appeared, fragile, trembling. He knows you, she whispered. The demon calls you by name, bastard Mortimer. He says, come to me, son of the she-wolf. Your blood is my freedom. Nicholas awoke in the herbalist's cabin, clutching her amulet, a small silver cross scorched black by flame. In his head the whisper echoed, no longer foreign, almost familiar. You are mine. He looked at his gloves. The stigmata oozed blood, drawing on his skin a pattern resembling an ancient Roman symbol. The demon no longer whispered. It called,